Bill Zeltman, America's real estate guru, with tip 14 of 15 of working with your sphere of influence. Tip number 14 kind of goes against the rules of what I've taught you, but you're going to understand why. Remember, we want to speak to everybody in our sphere of influence 4 times a year. First time on their birth, well, not the first time, but one time is on their birthday, and then every 3 months, basically quarterly, around that. This tip is to focus on the most influential people in your sphere of influence. So if you know somebody and they know a ton of people, focus on them. Understanding that they speak to more people. You know somebody that's a school teacher and they know everybody that works in that school district? They're going to have a lot more referrals than the guy that's a computer programmer working for a company of 3 people that leaves work and then goes home and plays on the internet, right? Just makes sense. So when you're looking at your sphere of influence, and last time we talked about categorizing, organizing your sphere of influence based around how you know people, you can also put it around this and put in there that this is an influential person in your SOI, somebody that knows a lot of people, somebody that talks to a lot of people. Take that information, use that information, and work those people. Because if you have that person, maybe 4 times a year isn't enough. Maybe the 4 times a year that you speak to the school teacher are all during the school year. Maybe you skip talking to them in the summer. I wouldn't recommend that because you don't want to let that long of a time go. But my point of that is, you want to be able to hit them in September when they go right back to school, or August if you're in Florida, right when they go back to school. You want to hit them again in January, again, right after the holidays when they go back to school. People have New Year's resolutions about, hey, maybe we should want to sell a house. So think about who the people are that are most influential in your SOI, and be very, very strategic and focus on when you're going to speak to them, and maybe pay them a little bit more attention than you would everybody else, because you always want to go where the bigger jackpot is. And the bigger jackpot is with the people that have more influence in your SOI. Bill Zeltman, America's real estate guru. We have one more tip coming up, so here it comes real soon. Join us again for 15 tips for working with your SOI. Thanks for joining me.